welcome back. I promised you guys an update at the end of January, so here we are, 1st of February, and quick update on the Ute and how we've gone. I didn't nail what I wanted to get done, which was to get all the bodywork finished, but I have made some solid progress. So in this episode, I'll run you through what I did to bodywork wise, which is basically getting the front bumper all ready to go on, and the two B-pillars, B-pillar covers I guess you call them, and the SS skirt. So making some solid progress, but I reckon end of Feb might be the new goal for getting the bodywork done. Got a bit delayed because here in Adelaide we had some plus 40, 45 degree temperatures, which makes it a bit hard to get work done outside. But this episode I've pretty much just filmed doing the painting of the bumpers and preparation of those, and I thought I'd just quickly talk about what I did do. So on the front bumper, I cut out the holes to put the SS fog light bezels in there. We sanded back all the bumper and these B-pillars and the SS front lip there with a 240 grit, mostly using wet and dry sandpaper. So there's a fair bit of time and effort to get all the old paint and primer off, ready for a clean coat. Filled a whole heap of little tiny scratches with dolphin glaze. If you guys haven't ever used that, get onto it. It's a miracle product. It's super easy to work with, super easy to sand and lays nice and flat. Then once they were primed, then basically from there I used 400 grit to sand down the primer after guide coating. So something I'd recommend for you guys as well is I used a combination of 400 dry, then also some 400 wet and dry, but the most helpful thing I had was these foam, I don't know what you call them, bits of foam with sandpaper either side. These things here in 400 grit, brilliant for just going around all the curves and edges of the bumper bar and getting into all the tight spots. Also had some Scotch Brights, but I found this foam back stuff better than the Scotch Brights. So anyway, I'll jump into the episode. Bit of time-lapse stuff in this one so you can see exactly what we did do. If you're really keen, you can slow it down and pause, but I think altogether, have a guess, but I reckon we're probably about 5 coats of colour and paint on there. I haven't captured the priming episode. I think I captured that last episode from memory. So this one's mostly just the preparation and the painting. So hope you guys enjoy. Please give us a comment. Love reading all the comments, negative, positive, whatever. Open to feedback, suggestions. If I've stuffed something up, let me know, because I'm all self-taught as well. I'm definitely not a professional, so if I have messed something up, let me know. Otherwise, if it's just some positive feedback, then wicked love to hear it as well. The other thing is I'm aiming to get 500 subscribers, so I'd love it if you guys would just, if you're tuning in, just hit that subscribe button. It'd be really appreciated, and I'll try and produce some more content. So aim definitely end of this month we'll have all that bodywork together, and I'm genuinely excited to get this bumper bar on, the SS lip on, the side skirts on, the front guards bolted up. I've got something special coming with the front guards too, something to look forward to, and hopefully some of you guys might find that interesting when we get to that point. And then we've just got some little bits and pieces of tidying stuff up to do as well. So if we, without going into too much detail, essentially door handles, mirrors, all of that stuff, and then buffing. And once we've done that, then onto the interior, and I'm pretty pumped for what I've got planned for the interior, to be honest. Be something pretty unique and different, and I'll spend a bit of money on that. I'm really not sure exactly why, because I don't plan to keep the car long term, but I'm just too excited about something that I've just got to do it. And I know if I don't do it, I'll always regret it. So hopefully you guys, when we get to that stage, which will be the next part of the build, you'll get on board and enjoy watching that. Anyway, thanks heaps for tuning in. Appreciate it. And catch you on the next episode in probably a couple of weeks' time. Cheers. Well, that's mostly sanded now. I think that took probably a couple of hours worth of sanding with 400 grit. So we'll just have a look over it. There's a few patches still to fix up before the paint goes on. I'll show you those. So you can see here there's a couple of small dots that need some sanding back. I think that was where I had problems with my spray gun, and it blurted out a couple of little drops around this edge here, where we've got a little bit of the guide coat just sitting the black, and around these edges just a little bit to fill in as well. You can see a couple of little small imperfections there that need filling. Got one there, have a little one there. Sorry about that. You can see I'll be sanding a bit of the guide coat off there, so we'll tidy that up. A few little scratches down there to fix, and there. Tiny little blemish there behind where the number plate goes. Same on this side around that fog light bezel. You can see there's just little bits of guide coat left where it needs a bit more filling. A bit more scratches. Sorry, a few more scratches there to fill. But she's most of the way there. Not sure what I'm going to do about this bit here. I think there was some scratching where I was trying to get some paint off. I might just try and sand that a bit smoother. A few more little scratches down. If I can get my camera on it. Down there, if you can see that. But we'll just use some dolphin glaze to fill in those scratches, and then light sand back, and that'll get rid of any of those, like this little bit here, which is again a problem with the spray gun when I was painting. Had a drip of primer down there, which that might need a little bit more sanding, because you can still probably make it out on camera. But that's definitely almost there. So I'll move on to sanding the B pillars next, and then we'll come back and fill the holes in on this one. So time to do these B pillars. I can't get my camera in a good spot to be able to film this, but I'll do it mostly with one of these foam sanding pads in 400. Like that. And then I'll come back to you once it's done. Should only take about 10-15 minutes, I reckon. Alright, well that's what feels like about 5 days worth of sanding, so a few hours worth, and now we're ready to lay down the paint. So this is the satisfying part, as long as everything goes okay and as you plan, then we should be right. So run you through what I've done since sanding them all down. Just done a little bit more work on the front bumper bar to fill in some scratches and dents and stuff, and then got them all ready. So I've just finished wiping them down with wax and grease remover, so we're ready to go. Got the SS lip ready to paint as well, so just bear with me, we'll show you where we're up to. So paint wise, it's the standard Alaskan white JO64 paint code. It's 2K and mix 4:1. I've just put about 5% thinners in it, probably didn't even need that, to be honest. So that's all mixed up, ready to go in the gun. And over here we've got, this is the SS front lip. As I said, just finished wiping it down with wax and grease remover and drying that off. Front bar over here. So you can see a few little bits of plastic where I've rubbed through from just fixing a couple of other little scratches. Won't need to prime those, that'll be fine. And a few little bits of dolphin glaze that I've just filled in some extra scratches and things like that on it. And sorry about the bad lighting in the carport here, definitely not the ideal setup for painting, but we make do with what we got. And down here, so just sanded out a couple of little drips and things like that, and a bit more dolphin glaze to fill in some spots there. And that's been wax and grease removed as well. And over here I've got the B pillar covers ready to go. So I'll time lapse the actual painting, but we'll try and get probably around 3 coats on everything if you've got enough paint. So let's hit it. Well, I think we got 3, maybe 4 coats down. I wasn't keeping count, had a bit of paint left in the gun, so we kept painting till that was done. So possibly 5 coats on the bumper, 3 or 4 on the others. If you kept count, let me know. But here we go, I'll show you the end result. Not perfect, but pretty happy with it considering it's a backyard paint job. And that's, if I can get it mostly in frame there for you. So there's the bumper, you see it's typical 2-pack, got a nice gloss off the gun, not too much orange peel in there. There is some imperfections, which is not unexpected when you're painting out in the open weather and in your backyard. Little things like a hair that just rocked up in probably the last coat. A few little silicon spots, mostly down the bottom, which is good because they can be covered by the SS skirt. One tiny little run in there, which I'm not going to worry about too much. But for the most part, the bits that are going to show on it are going to look pretty good. And you can see decent sort of gloss. The SS fog light bezels blend in nicely, and you wouldn't know they weren't a factory option. As one comment said, probably better fitted than the factory, given that I've blended it in with some dolphin glaze and then use panel adhesive to glue them on. Here's the B pillars over here. Won't worry about going on the other side of that one. Actually, I will. Give a quick walk around. Same deal. Came up okay. Got a few little blemishes, which is to be expected. And the SS skirt, now just hanging to put it all back together, but I'll probably let it sit for a week or so and dry off, and then we should be right.